One of the quickest ways to fail is by telling yourself that you will fail. Over the past 2 years, I have made over 800 videos, and that's a lot of videos, and that's a lot of opportunity for failure. I've had actually thousands of people tell me that I'll never make it. I've had close friends tell me this is a waste of time. When I first started, I didn't even think I would reach 20,000 subscribers. And here I am, almost at 100,000. And one of the most important things that I learned throughout this journey was actually the power of a self-affirmation. So first, you need to understand a little bit about how the brain works. This is really cool. Your brain is actually plastic, and what that means is that it's constantly changing, and you can literally learn and unlearn anything that you've ever been taught in your entire life. For example, if you're born with a disability, if you have dyslexia, you can actually unlearn dyslexia. If you put in enough work and enough effort, your brain will reorganize itself to a point where you do not have any symptoms of dyslexia. Your brain literally rewires, rebuilds connections, and you are now completely without that disability. And there are schools out there that actually target disabilities and get rid of them, because they've learned recently that your brain is plastic and that it is extremely powerful. Another example is that researchers cut into a monkey's brain, rewired the brain. For example, they changed how your fingers worked. And within 6 months, the brain rewired itself and the fingers worked exactly the same. So your brain is always changing. Your brain can always move. But the one thing the brain is bad about is that it's bad about realizing the truth. Your brain really struggles to see the truth. And so the reason this is important is because if you are always telling yourself how worthless you are, how you're not going to succeed, how people don't like you, you'll start to believe it. And you won't only believe it, your brain will actually build paths that make it seem so true, it is almost impossible to think about how it could be another way. An example of this in my own personal life, back when I was younger, I used to talk to people, and if they walked away for any reason, I would think, I'm a loser, they don't like me. I thought that was it, they walk away, obviously they hate me. So I was building this connection for years that people didn't like me, and that's just what I kept doing. And then guess what happened? I realized that wasn't true. They walk away because they're busy, because their class started, because they had something else to do, nothing to do with me. And I've rewired those connections, and that's no longer a problem. So when you're setting yourself a goal, if you tell yourself that you can do it, even something as simple as I can get 100,000 subscribers, your brain starts rewiring itself to completely believe it. Your brain will believe anything you tell it. Even if everything outside of your life tells you that's not true, your brain will believe it. So if you're super popular, but you're telling yourself that you're a loser, you will think that you're a loser. Even though everyone else thinks you're a cool guy, you think you're a loser. So the best way to do this, and honestly, don't even try this if you're not going to commit to it for a month. I've done this for a long time and it's made a huge difference for me. You need to tell yourself things that you want in your mind for at least 1 month. So what I would say is those 3 things you want, tell yourself that you're going to get it. So for me, I wake up for 5 minutes a day. I say, I'm going to hit 100,000 subscribers. And what you do is you say you have that thing. So I wake up and I say, I have 100,000 subscribers. I look amazing. I am happy. And you just say it. And that's it. It doesn't feel like anything's happening. But inside your brain, it's slowly building these connections, and they're getting stronger and stronger and stronger until eventually you believe it. And eventually you stop doubting yourself, and eventually you become confident and happy in those things that you tell yourself you are. But there's another side to that. You also have to watch out for telling yourself bad things. So if you recognize when you say something bad, you recognize that you're actually building on to the negative roads in your mind, you're actually strengthening the negative things, you need to stop doing that. So if you're sitting in class and you answer a question wrong and the teacher says, no, what's wrong? Let's try someone else. And you go, dang it, I'm so stupid. You just strengthen that stupid branch a little bit. So now you think you're a little bit more stupid. So later in the day, someone says something to you and you're wrong again. I'm so stupid. You just made that twice as strong, and it keeps getting stronger and stronger and harder to break. So for years, I know a lot of you have done this, you've told yourself things that you wouldn't even tell your worst enemy. You say to yourself, you literally beat yourself up every single day. But you wouldn't say that to your worst enemy. You say it to yourself. So think about what that does to you. Think about why you're in the situation you're in. If you're not happy, if you're not successful, if you're not living the perfect life, a huge part of it is as simple as positive affirmations and cutting out the negative ones. And to me, it has just made such a difference in my life. You can go from not being confident to being confident just by telling yourself that you're confident. Even if things don't seem that way, even if you don't act confident, your mind will start to believe it, and you will actually start to act confident. So I do it everywhere. I do this at work all the time. I'm talking to someone. Maybe I pitch an idea at a meeting. There's 10 executives around me. I say, hey guys, here's my idea. Let's do this. What do you think? And it's just quiet. It's silent. That's usually not a good sign. So most people would think in their minds, oh crap, you're so stupid. You shouldn't have talked. That was horrible. And then in the future, you're not going to speak out. You're going to feel stupid. You're not going to be comfortable. But instead, what I do is I say, that was a great idea. I did good. People loved it. Maybe it's wrong. Maybe it's not. Worst case scenario, you're building yourself up for the future. I mean, it's not like they're going to fire you because your idea is bad, right? It's not like they're thinking you're stupid because your idea is bad, right? It's not like they're doing anything bad. They're just thinking, maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe it's not. You can't read their minds, so don't try to. You can only control your own mind. You can only control what you think. You cannot control what anyone else thinks. Your girlfriend, your mom, your brother, your best friend. They have their own minds. And if you try to guess what they're thinking, a lot of times you're going to be wrong. It's very difficult to do. I know. I've spent a lot of time trying to do it, and you just can't read minds, at least not yet. And so what you need to do is you need to really start incorporating positive affirmations into your life everywhere that you can. Wherever you want to see improvement, you need to be positive, and wherever you want to lose something, wherever you want to fix something, you need to start cutting back the negative. I mean, even in sports, if you truly believe that you're good at something and your brain starts thinking you're good at it, you're going to act a different way. And you can change the way you act. Because if you think you're a really good soccer player, you're going to be more confident. You're going to take more risks. You're going to make better plays. You're going to see the field better because your mind thinks you're good. So you have to live up to that. But if you tell yourself you're a bad player and you're just not a natural or you're not good enough, then your mind says, you're right, I'm not good enough. So you're more prone to mistakes. And when they happen, you're not going to come back and try to fix them. You're just going to be like, oh, I'm not good anyway. What's the point, you know? And so you need to start applying this to everywhere in your life that you can. And I wish I found this out younger. I know a lot of you are younger, a lot of you are my age. But the important thing is that you just apply it in general. The important thing is that you find an opportunity in your life to use it. Even if it's just starting off with one small thing, you can make a huge deal. So please leave me a comment today. Tell me, guys, what kind of things you want to improve in your life? What are the 3 things that if you could do them, or even one thing that if you could do positive affirmations to, what kind of difference would it give you? And what kind of difference would you want to see in your life? One more example here that I have for you from my own personal life is that being a YouTuber is hard, all right? Being a YouTuber is hard because every single day is a grind. Every single day you look at your videos and you think, that's not good enough. I need to do better. I'm competing with people like Casey Neistat who make incredible videos and people with incredible personalities, and I think, I'm not as good as them. I tell myself that. I used to all the time. And I believed it. And I thought, I will never be as good as them. And then I started doing these affirmations before I record. And I said, this video will be amazing. This video is amazing. I'm amazing. This will be great. It makes you sound like a narcissist. I won't lie. But it's very powerful. And you just start to believe it. And you start to notice how you act differently. And it really makes a huge difference on your life. And if I knew this as a young kid, if I knew this when I was like 10 years old, 15 years old, whatever, 15's not that young, I'm only 23. But if I noticed that when I was younger, the impact that could have made on my life is unbelievable. Imagine if the last 5 years, instead of telling yourself you're worthless and you can't do it and you're not going to make it, you told yourself, I can do it. I'm amazing. I am strong. I'm a millionaire. All these crazy things that you want. And you start believing it. And then you start acting it. And then it's real. It is extremely powerful, and I want to leave you guys with this. 5 years from now is coming, right? The future is coming. In 5 years, we will all be somewhere. So if you start now with the goal of being happier in 5 years and more fit in 5 years and more successful in 5 years, if you start planting that seed now, if you start growing the tree now, in 5 years, you will be an incredible person. In 5 years, you'll be incredibly happy. Heck, even in 1 year from now, if you start doing this, you will see a huge difference in your life. So I encourage you guys, please consider doing this. Let me know what kind of impact it has on your life. To me, it's been truly life-changing, and it's one of the most valuable things that I personally believe I have. It's like a secret weapon. I do this, and I build myself up, and I believe in myself, and ultimately, it comes down to being crazy enough to believe in yourself. It comes down to saying that you can do it when everyone else says you can't. Guys, thank you so much for watching this Motivational Friday video. Hope you guys have an awesome weekend. I love you guys. Don't forget to spread the love. Peace.